Over the past couple of years, there have been very little games that would start from a simple physics engine and then completely dominate the market and end up as a billion-dollar company. No other company, or community I should say, would fit this description more than Roblox. For being a simple physics engine, and over the next couple of years Roblox would see an explosion in player count based on their updates, completely dominating the game market. And it all started with one simple red cube. Hello, Merry Christmas. Hope you got everything you wanted from good old stepdaddy himself. Today I will tell you how the Metaverse event is one of the greatest events I think I've ever experienced on Roblox. Okay, on a serious note, this event has far surpassed the expectations I had. Besides the fact the way they made it sound in the beginning you would have to travel throughout 180 different Roblox games, the event itself so far has been a colossal success. Not in my opinion, my word is fact and you have to agree with me. Aha, joke. Being totally real here, the egg hunts have not been good recently. Besides 2018, do that again, I beg you. While myself, I do have quite fond memories of the old egg hunts, and I do not think they should be totally cancelled. They just have not been the same in the last 2 years. And when the event was announced on April 2nd, I'm just guessing, I don't actually know when it was first announced. You could bet I was a bit skeptical, as I am with any event that Roblox ever does. Exhibit A.
As a villain, it's much easier to rob different places. As a villain, it's much easier to rob different places. As a villain, it's much easier to rob different places. As a villain, it's much easier.
After the event was launched, I really didn't pay much attention to it, solely because I don't really like the events that much, and me saying the event was good means you've done something right to impress me. I didn't participate in any events such as the Lil Nas X event or the Wonder Woman 1984 event, just because I wasn't interested. There are a few events in Roblox that ever actually get me to play them, including the egg hunt itself, but considering Roblox actually canceled the Roblox egg hunt, it got me asking questions. Why did Roblox cancel the egg hunt? Despite the last 2 years, most people really didn't enjoy it, they were still very successful in terms of popularity. And I would even say the eggs themselves. While not being a fan of the 2020 egg hunt, I still did it for one sole egg in the entire event, the developer egg, because it actually looks fairly good and I actively use it on my alt account for its iconic look to this very day. That's entirely irrelevant to my point. The way I see it, if Roblox had an actual plausible reason for canceling the egg hunt for people who actually do look forward to it, there better be a good reason. While yes, many things could still change considering the first week isn't over for the event and we have yet to see the other 120. Oh sorry, did I say 120? I meant 119 games considering Emergency Response Liberty County got practically destroyed from people complaining it's a pay-to-enter game and a free-to-enter event. Which gotta say, while I do see their point, and they may have reason to complain, it is not their fault entirely. Yes, they did enter their game for the Metaverse event, and yes, they were worried over the likes and dislike ratio. But Roblox should have talked if having a paid access game in the event would cause any controversy. But how does this affect my first thoughts? Well, it doesn't, considering at the time of writing this script, I only found about it being taken off the list 5 hours ago, and I've already done 32 games in the event like a fucking sweat I am. When I first joined, I immediately skipped the loading. I'm sorry to whoever made it, but it seemed a bit boring. First take from looking at the lobby, who the hell made this? I want to give them a hug. I cannot express this enough, but this looks phenomenal. The low poly modern look of Roblox games, the art design of a forest temple, and the sense of community in the center. Okay, well maybe you can't have everything you want. I immediately began exploring. What's this? Could it have any importance to the event? And what about these sparkles? What about those? I don't know. I am upset. Besides getting the MVP and developer and star creator chests immediately because they were all on the same server, there was one more I needed, the admin one. Also, I would like to point out how if you put on all of them at the same time, since they have the same placement on your character that Roblox put, they know what they've done. Now, I, like most people, did the most appropriate thing in this scenario. I went to the Roblox official group page, clicked through the pages, and stalked any admin that went to the main hub. Please don't ban me. I beg you. After getting these, I decided to go on my first champion portal and found out it's practically Fortnite. Where we dropping, boys? Because I'm thinking the tank update was released today in Tomato Town. Also, emergency response is already out because I'm taking these clips after the fact. These videos take time. Don't judge me. I soon joined my first world, and it was Lumber Tycoon 2, a game I'm heavily involved with, so of course I chose it. And in this one, you go around, drive until you find the chest. Oh, was this about me saying it was going to be better than the last egg hunt again? It's about this time that Roblox players have heard rumors from the deep below that there is a Valkyrie helmet that will be rewarded to one team. And honestly, do I believe this? Yes. I mean, it's quite literally right there in the rewards tab. But someone went out of their way to theme a Valkyrie helmet after a specific champion. And now since everyone wants a Valkyrie helmet for free, like the big degenerate they are, that team is winning by 1 million points. I mean, it was already bad enough that people got one game practically entirely cancelled out of the event because it was being paid entry. But now we have a team that is guaranteed to win in the first 5 fucking days of the event. Being someone who wanted to get every prize possible at this event, I decided to do every single one. And I cannot tell you how surprised I was to find out Roblox was in this event. I haven't even heard of them, but I decided to give it a shot because it looked like a nice game. Or because it looked the easiest to get the chest out of, but you don't need to worry about that. And when I got to the final area of the game, I had to take some cinema. This alone is what convinces me this event is way better than the past couple of egg hunts. If Roblox continue on with the egg hunt idea they had planned for the last 2 years, then I would not be all that sad to see it let it go. Much more of a downside, since not a lot of games can get into the egg hunt. Most games make their own egg hunt, so I could really see the official Roblox egg hunts taking a backseat as a developer-only thing, and the Metaverse event replacing it. And if that happens, I'm totally fine with it. It's sad to see it go, but it's dated, it's old, and Roblox needs to evolve, especially now that they're on the stock market. Me being real here, I do not know any of the developers that well, aside from, well, evil artists from Roblox Rewind. And having that sense of developers you don't know, who spend so much time making a product that looks so good, really gives you a good idea for how the shape of the future developers are out there. There are multiple small developers who are out there who haven't found their foothold in Roblox Games page, and I wish nothing but the best for them for how hard they work. And to anyone who has made it in the Metaverse event, I feel as though that speaks something very valid to you. You have the potential to make it here on Roblox. Now, there's no secret when I say some of the games in this event were not really the best in my opinion, but for what it's worth, I'm happy they're including such small developers in this event. And even with that, some pretty influential developers are also a good touch. Innovation Inc., a group I followed ever since I was a child, had a great influence in this event. It felt refreshing having something else to do in that Arctic base. Games like Portal Rush, Marble Mania, and Mafia Tycoon were great games to include. My only hope is for Super Doomspire to get an event one day. I'll be the first to say that the original prizes for each champion aren't something to write home about. They are cool in the standard if you're looking for exactly that Arthur character, but if you want some variety with your package, it's just not something Roblox has yet. I feel as though if they allowed you to keep the build of the Arthur package, but change the pants, shirts, and have hair and hats appropriately scaled to fit the head, Arthur would be a lot better and maybe even be more supported. Take this Arthur package for example. Pretty good if I do say so myself. But imagine if you could make the camo some different color or have a different texture on it entirely, and if the hats and hair I'm wearing would appropriately fit on it. I believe this would be a much better change, but that's beyond the point of the section of the 6-page script. But then again, that is the only point I can go off right now. As I stated before, we're only 5 days into the event at the time of writing this, and the only prize that we're guaranteed to know and absolutely get is the unique clothing and Arthur packages. Maybe even a hat of all the chests if they allow us. Maybe if you squinted at it, you could say we are 99.99% sure we're going to get whatever Pink Team's prize is, considering, well. And the special event chests like the Star Creator chest and Admin chest, now those I'm looking forward to. And also, not really looking forward to. Let me explain my reasoning. It's been practically 4 years since Roblox has done a gift box event in Roblox, if I remember correctly. Now what you may not know is that Roblox is like Defaultio when he does a Christmas event, meaning they like to troll. Like Defaultio, when you would get a chest or some other gift, you would open it and find out to be nothing all that exciting and disappointed, just like me after being thwarted after default for after years of attending his events. Anyways, after all that, it's just the items you can see on this image here, and even then they might still be trolling us. There might be no Valkyrie helmet, and if it's gone Pink Team, you will already know that there's going to be some charities who are going to be pissed and bitch on Twitter. Ooh, that's a joke. Don't cancel me, please. My final thoughts. The Metaverse Champions event on Roblox is a well-crafted, albeit a bit boring at times, suitable replacement for the egg hunt. In my opinion, do I support it being a sort of developer hunt? Absolutely. It gives small developers a chance to make it out there if Roblox players enjoy their games. Keep in mind, I do not support the egg hunt being a developer hunt, because the way I see it, the 2018 hunt was the pinnacle of Roblox egg hunts. If we replace egg hunts with the Metaverse event, I am all for it. If the egg hunt comes back, I'll be a bit sad the Metaverse was a one-time only thing, but if the egg hunt comes back instead of the Metaverse, as it did in 2018, it would have been worth it. In conclusion, go play the Metaverse Champions event. Sincerely, your local Blender enthusiast. Bro, I cannot stress how freaking cute this little guy is. Oh my god. I swear to god, he's the cutest pet I've ever seen on Roblox. He's got the little gun and everything.